We're here with Fred Torf, the head coach of the men's gymnastics team here at Temple University. Coach, going to your 37th season. You guys are coming off what a year. You guys won the ECAC championship last year, set a program best score. Just talk about coming from last year into this season, and then just how you plan to bring that intensity into this season.
Certainly, last year was a terrific year, and we lost 6 seniors from that team. This year we're losing 9 seniors. So if we're going to do something this year, we better get it done, right? The guys who have returned bring a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge of what the team can do toward the end of the season. Right now, at the beginning of the season, everybody's making mistakes, not quite in the best of shape. And going into our first meet this weekend, sure, I wish we were in better shape, but a coach is never satisfied. And many guys are doing pretty nice routines right now, but they're going to be even better in February and then certainly in March.
You just talking about the competition you're going to go up against this weekend when you go to Navy?
Sure. Well, the biggest competition at the Navy Open is Penn State, and they were the 3rd best team in the country last year. They were still a top team, and they're much deeper and better athletes than we are. So we're going to see what they look like and just try to compare well with the other conference rivals that will be there. So we'll be seeing Navy, we'll be seeing William & Mary, we'll be seeing Springfield. Those are the ones we really have to look at.
You guys brought in a lot, 6 freshmen this year, I believe. Just talk about the impact you see them having into this roller shirt.
Well, because we have so many seniors with a lot of experience, there aren't that many slots open. The freshmen who are here, certainly a few of them are going to see regular action. The rest of them will see action next year when the seniors go, but they're all training toward routine shape right now. And they have to be ready. Who knows if somebody's going to have an accident along the way or get sick or something like that. I'll need a replacement from those ranks perhaps. But all the freshmen are watching the upperclassmen train and get ready for competition and see what you need to do to prepare for the collegiate season. Hopefully, if they don't get to compete this year, or do very little, next year will be a big difference. And they'll know that, or they should know, that they're going to be counted on next year very heavily.
This year there's an adjustment in the scoring. Now all 6 of your competitors in each event are now counted into the...
Well, actually, 5 count. Last year it was 4 counting. This year 5 scores count, but for the first part of the season, we're allowed to put 6 up on an event. So there's 1 throwaway score, but when we hit March 1st, it's 5 up, 5 count. So at that point, you have a pretty good idea of who can do what and who's going to get through, because you don't want to count mistakes. You don't want to count falls. And it will put everybody on a competitive footing, plus it will make each person's routine more valuable because they know that they don't have somebody to catch up for them if they make an error. It also makes it easier for the audience to understand because every score counts.
How about for a coach though, setting up your lineup? Like, how do you go about adjusting that to fit it the way to get the performances you want?
What we look for is the guys who are most consistent, the ones who may not do the hardest routines but get through them all the time. That's the important thing. We got to remember, a fall is a point off. It's a very big thing. And if you have a guy that's going to fall once, maybe twice, or even 3 times, you have to count all those falls and look for guys who aren't going to do that.
Can you just briefly go down through your lineups of each of your events and just talk about the challenges that you guys may face this year and also your strengths with some of these? You mentioned a lot of seniors returning from last year's ECAC championship. Just maybe the leadership they can bolster into each one of those areas.
Sure. Well, in floor exercise, Evan Burke was our best guy until he stepped off the edge of a mat and broke his foot last year. So he's back. John Leonard, who is the defending conference champion on floor, is back. Alan Malone is a conference finalist on the floor. He's back. And Brett Statman, who is also a high scorer for us, is back. So we've got 4 terrific floors right there. And the other guys are really pushing hard to get into that lineup. Pommel horse, the leader is Taylor Brana and Mike Bittner. Mike was 3rd place in our conference last year. Taylor had some uncharacteristic falls in the prelims, so he didn't make the event final. But Alex Ty did, and Alex is back also. When you look at rings, Taylor is the leader on rings. He was a finalist last year and nearly a champion. And does a harder routine this year. And we have a freshman, Evan Eigner, who's very strong. His dismount's a bit weak yet, but his routine is quite strong. And a couple other guys are pushing along to get in there. Some of our returning guys, Dash Sears and Asaf Zura. Once they get their dismount problems, meaning that they're still not quite strong enough at the end to do a good dismount, but once that gets done, they'll be fine. When we go to vault again, we have quite a strong returning vault team with most of the guys from last year's team coming back and all doing good vaults. We should be able to do all vaults that started at a 15-2 this year, out of maybe a 16 max. So that's a pretty good team. Even though if we don't match Penn State, we might have a 15-6 start balance. We're got a 15-2, that's pretty good. On parallel bars, Taylor Brown is one of our returning real good guys who was a former conference champion, and Alex Ty, who was an NCAA qualifier on parallel bars. And he's doing a very hard routine this year, so I'm looking forward to good stuff from him. Horizontal bar also, we have Alex Ty, who was a former conference champion, Alan Malone, who was a conference finalist, and a few other guys that are doing nice hard combination swing skills and release skills on high bar. So overall, we've got some very good guys at the top. Not as strong in the first and second position, but adequate. So once everybody gets going well, we're looking forward to a fine season and a lot of good competition with our rivals.
Can you describe the adventures that you guys, especially your upperclassmen, may have just after coming off the ECAC title last year and going back into this year trying to defend it?
Well, they have that cup sitting outside the gym, and they know they would like to keep it. And since there are 9 of them on the team, I'm sure they have a strong feeling that they would like it to stay here at least one more year. And I certainly would. We've been very successful in winning the conference 17 times out of the last 36 years. So we've got won it almost 50%.
And one final question. This is Evan's first season, your son. Just talk about what that'll be like coaching him at this level.
Well, when I'm his coach, I'm his coach.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm his dad also, but I try to treat him like an athlete, although he's the only one in here that I'll hug and kiss at the end of practice. But he's responding well, and he's doing 2 events pretty well, but he's very strong on rings. He's stronger than I was on rings in terms of brute strength. He just has to get competition experience and learn a good dismount that will match the rest of his routine, and then he'll be a real power on rings in our conference and maybe even in the country.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck on Saturday.
Well, thank you. I hope we have a fine time.